And I would like to make a short presentation devoted to the new trends, new orbits RSCC has been working on. I'm happy and honored to be speaking to the participants of the 25th Commerce Conference. Of course, live face-to-face communication cannot be replaced for anything. However, we're living in the era of new technologies, which means that even today we can speak to each other in this new format. You all understand how important the objective of eliminating the digital gap is. With this technology, we can do that. We can come in touch with our colleagues working in the northern areas and so forth. Thanks to online technologies and interactive communication formats, they can be part of our networking today. The support of Commerce by the Telecom Ministry of the Russian Federation, the federal agency, the state corporation is yet another confirmation of the attention the government of the Russian Federation is paying to the future of our industry. In my presentation, I would like to touch upon several very important areas of activity of RSCC, which is expected to influence significantly the future development of our industry. Firstly, the prospects of our constellation development, the results that we have achieved in improving the value added of our products and the communication services for critical projects. This July, we launched two new satellites, 108 and 103. The launch and introduction of M3 and 7 is also underway, and the preparation is in full swing. Currently, we are completing all the ground-based activities. At the same time, we're working on the brand new M4 spacecraft. As of September this year, we have 10 spacecraft of this family. Yesterday, we got a request for Express Amur 4, and I would like to say thank you to Reshetnev Center for the timely provision of all the documents. In March, the self-regulation, self-control systems of Amur 6 system failed. However, the K-band repeaters were switched off. In this period, about 5,000 stations were working with the satellite. Huge work was done then to switch the customers, the consumers, to alternative satellites, which was extremely important in the conditions of the lockdown in Europe, the USA, and so forth.
We had to address this challenging situation, and through the efforts of RSCC, the engineers and our colleagues, we were able to solve this problem. Today, we have over 18,000 subscribers connected to our service. We look at the world satellite communication market. We see the evolution of high-performance satellite technologies. Today, most of the geostationary satellites are HTS satellites with broad beams. They have highly performant payload. We also see that there is a lot of new development of the software-defined payloads. That allows to improve the coverage areas and reconfigure coverage areas. We at RSCC are looking into this as well. we are looking into building such satellites with flexible payload. We're also looking into the development of such flexible payloads for prospective satellites. Multi-satellite constellations in low Earth orbits. They have been mentioned more than once today. We see quite a bit of interest to such comm systems. I'm talking about the services in Ku and Ka bands by Starlink and OneWeb. The idea is that they would provide global coverage and high throughput. All of them would offer broadband access to individual users. Those low Earth orbit constellations have some benefits compared to other types of satellites. The latency is much lower compared to other networks, better energy performance. Such satellites can offer services that no other types of satellites can provide. I'm talking about real-time applications. However, there are some challenges there as well. The low Earth orbit satellites would create global coverage. However, let me find the number here. Over 70% of the population would be outside of the coverage area. I'm sorry, I have a technical glitch here. Most of the Earth is oceans, and most satellites cover those areas, which is highly unprofitable. Low Earth orbit satellites live for 5 to 7 years, so you would have to launch a lot of new satellites to make up for those birds that are lost. There is another aspect that is providing coverage to the equatorial regions, which is a priority. There is also another problem that is providing subscriber equipment that would be affordable to people. Many challenges are still in front of us, and many problems exist also for high orbit satellites. We support the development of inexpensive subscriber terminals that could be used with Express RV satellites. Mobility is an important topic today, with greater availability of broadband in different industries. We see an increasing role that we could play. There is a highly growing demand for access on vehicles, ground vehicles and aerial vehicles. RSCC is working quite actively in this direction. Of course, the pandemic has hit maritime transportation and air transport as well, but they continue to use satellite communications. We see strong development in this industry. A lot of mobile platforms are looking for connectivity today. The demand is growing, and we continue to provide the service. We plan to launch Express Amur 3, which will feature high-performance transponders. We designed it to use small antennas that can be used for providing mobility services. IoT is another very hot topic. The development of IoT is going to change the shape of telecommunications industry in general. The new low Earth orbit satellites will be able to offer IoT services. There are several big players that pay a lot of attention to this segment. In Russia, we're thinking about building a Marathon constellation, which will be a part of Sfera project. This is supported by Roscosmos. RSCC infrastructure could be instrumental in development of that system. We could offer our ground equipment and make other inputs. For today's communication users, it doesn't matter what technology they use to get access to internet or to make a call. Therefore, it's very important that satellite networks are properly integrated with ground networks. 5G is becoming a new standard today. People are going to have millions of devices that will be connected to the web. There will be lots of devices connected to the web. Now, the development of standards for 5G networks still continues. I'm talking about release 17. We should be aware of the need to integrate satellite networks with ground networks. Such coverage could support the new level of accessibility to the web. Some events that we are going to have, some actions that we are going to undertake include launches of satellites as a part of our launch program. We also have a program for the development of digital technologies that covers the period of 2020 to 2030. In a Sphere project, there is quite a bit of funding offered to development of satellites for our broadcasting systems. There will be several lines of work, providing launch services, providing spacecraft, development of space platforms, instruments, and technologies for spacecraft. The project has sufficient funding to implement all these projects and to maintain the acceptable level of tariffs. The government of Russian Federation has approved this project, and in the period until 2030, our industry is going to launch 10 more new spacecraft, Amur 7, Amur 5, Amur 6, AT3, AT4, Express 40, Express 36, and AMU 8. These satellites will allow us to provide connectivity to many users. Our constellation will have a much greater capacity, and this will allow us to improve the quality of service. We will offer more services through our geostationary satellites. We will be offering new products and new services. The expectation is in commercial segments, we are going to offer services from our new satellites. We will be providing connectivity to ships, to aircraft, to trains, long-distance buses, and trucks. Express RV is going to provide good angles, which will help to provide a reliable satellite communication in different areas, including urban areas. Express RBU will be available in northern parts of Russia, in the Arctic area. We have a plan of launches. The development of satellite communications based on use of highly elliptical orbit satellites and geostationary satellites will also support government communications. We will provide high connectivity to internet, to many faraway locations in all parts of the country, in Siberia, in the Far East, and in the North. We will also be able to offer our services in the international market. The satellites that we are building are getting better and better. Their performance is improving. 10 or 20 years ago, Proton could launch a satellite with up to 30 transponders. That's AM33 and 44 satellites. They can be used as examples. The same launch vehicle can now launch a satellite with 75 transponders like AM5. The next generation is using a medium-sized platform. This platform will be supporting 4 different orbits. Right now, there are 2 satellites that are being transferred to the final position. RSCC continues to work on development of the next generation of spacecraft that will replace the current generation. We do some preliminary design for the heavy spacecraft that will be the replacement for AM5. We're going to have better bandwidth in those satellites, which will fully satisfy the needs for broadband access in Yakutia, in Kamchatka, and in the Far East. There will be several transponders for DBS broadcasting. There are other improvements too. The general throughput of spacecraft is going to grow by 40% on average. According to the report of International Association of Satellite Industry, in 2019, 386 spacecraft were launched. 180 of them were commercial spacecraft. The revenues generated amounted to 271 billion, which is lower than in the previous year. That had to do with lower costs associated with spacecraft launches. The share of satellite communications amounts to 45%. The revenues of RSCC amounted to 20.3 billion rubles. We hope that we will be able to support our revenue at the same level this year. The pandemic has been quite detrimental for us, so this result will be quite good. We have increased the share of value-added services in our revenues. In 2020, the federal budget is going to receive 2.4 billion rubles. In 2019, the investments amounted to 82 billion. The investments mostly went into spacecraft, Express and Amur types. The load factor on the spacecraft was increased up to 81%. Like in any capital-intensive industry, we have suffered from the COVID-19 pandemic. The rate of project development became lower. There's been a lot of flights cancellation, and some segments have suffered serious losses, like internet access on board of aircraft was one of such areas. We also see generally low business activity. Many networks are underutilized. Many companies have to make adjustments to their investment programs. According to World analysts, it will take about 3 years to go back to the 2019 level. In the previous year, RSCC continued to work internationally. We offer services in 58 countries on 4 continents. The share of international revenues is about 51%. Amongst our clients, there are networks, VSAT operators, and mobile service providers. Also, we offer our services to video holdings, to TV broadcasters, oil and gas companies, chains of supermarkets, and banks. We offer transport services to several African countries, Angola, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, and several others. In 2019, our customers have increased the volume of service which they consume. We are expanding the geography of our business. We have signed an agreement on cooperation with FIFO, that is a Thailand operator, which offers services to sea ships. We are providing roaming services, offering seamless transition of connectivity. The pandemic has slowed us down somewhat. However, we see good prospects for regional satellite operators. Starting from 2009, RSCC has been working quite hard on offering new services. Exactly 10 years ago, we started providing satellite communications in VSAT. Our first customers were fishing boats in the Far East. Today, we offer this service to several island territories. We offer resilient communication up to 18 degrees north. The pandemic made us make adjustments to our plans, but we have not canceled them. In the first half of 2020, we have seen a 10% increase of connected ships. We see growing maritime traffic, and by the end of 2020, we believe that we will increase the revenues in this segment by 12%. RSCC accounts for 1/3 of Russian maritime VSAT market. By 2023, we want to have 50% of this market. In 2019, we have commissioned star equipment in our VSAT system. We are able to cover a very large number of regions in Middle East, in both Americas, in the Atlantic, and in the Pacific. Besides RSCC, there are several other operators that use the same business model. We add new coverage areas. We also make use of the resources of other satellite owners to offer services to several stationary customers. Several customers suffered losses. That was especially true for companies that offer connectivity to aircraft and cruise ships. We continue to look into the development of mobility services for truck fleets, for aircraft. Amur 3 with multi-beam Ka band capability. We are also focused on high elliptical orbit satellite. In 2019, we joined a pilot project on unmanned ship control. This service may have good prospects. In 2020, within this project, we installed our equipment at a number of SOFCOM ships. Right now, they are running this pilot project, testing ship-based equipment. RSCC is an investment partner in this. We offer express spacecraft service, and we also offer general consulting services to this project. Let me talk about the broadcasting services. As you know, RSCC is a service provider for Tricolor, Orient Express, and several other service providers. We also have our own technology platform for the main media holdings in Russia that have 160 TV channels. We deliver TV content to cable networks. RSCC has about 40% market share in this business. Despite the pandemic, we were able to retain our customers, and we have seen an increase in the number of TV channels. There are some unexpected results that we have after we launched an SDN pilot project. This is something I told you about in the previous conference. We did quite a bit of testing in 2019. In early 2020, we deployed a prototype of the system in 2 TV networks. We wanted to spend not a lot of money and run this project. We have noticed the role of TV infrastructure for TV and media content to the end users. During the lockdown, we have seen a serious increase in consumption of traffic. We have faced the situation when several ground networks were overloaded. We were able to provide high quality of service, and our customers during the entire period of lockdown were able to increase the volume of services which they consumed. RSCC customers got benefit from the testing program that we were testing. They received more services without having to pay extra. When we scale up our solution, we can see a good economic benefit from it. Implementation of technical solutions based on IP is one of the main growth drivers in the broadcast market. We continue to create vertically integrated technology platforms that would support transmission of broadband and video content. We are going to spend a lot of time talking about it in the third session that will be devoted to the TV industry. In the end of my presentation, I would like to say that RSCC is always open for any conversation, for testing of new technologies. Using our technical capabilities, we are developing the satellite communications market together with our partners. Our customers need a lot of new services, a lot of new solutions, and we want to work together with our partners in that direction. That is our main mission. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope next year, in 2021, we will be able to have a face-to-face conference. We were planning to do that in Kaliningrad. I wish you all to be